is that you're doing, do it mindfully, consciously, and do it with these things in mind. Do it with sustainability in mind. Do it with the fact that we know that the climate is baking the world. Do it with knowing that we need to be working towards the same sustainability goals together. The more we can do this together, the better off, because we do and can and are changing humanity when we come together. Hello, Dr. New. It's so good to see you. And so I think that we have the responsibility to do it in our own house, quote unquote, and then you take that and you let that ripple out as far as you can, take it. But like I said, these today in this age, we don't have to wait to be invited onto a stage. The world is literally our stage. So every time you have a microphone in front of your face, use it. When you go outside of your house, be approachable. Make sure that people come in and approach you so that they can, open a conversation. It opens the connection to be able to have conversations. We can do that. We can do what we do, but where's the moreness? Are you stepping into the more that you can do? Are you stepping into the boldness that you can do? Are you really stepping into the audaciousness of being able to do what it is that you can do, right? Not just good enough to, if somebody comes to you and asks you, stand up and talk about it anyways. Are you that bold? Are you that responsible? Are you that person? Because you can be. And that's the call to all of us that are sitting right here on this stage. And I think we know that. And that's why we come together to be able to do that in a way that's magnified.
Diane, I kid you not, we're going to have to do a Batman episode because yet again, here you go. And this is what she said, and I love it. She said, whether we're talking about personal talents, technology, or any form of influence, it's a call to remember that the impact of our action can have. It's about about using our abilities to soar and lift others with us, being mindful that the ripples that we create is a great that's a great guiding principle that encourages it's a balance. I mean, it's like people are just adding things. I'm okay. There we go. Like I said, it is a
Guiding principle.
the guiding principle that encourages us to wield our powers wisely for the greater good, always aware that the responsibility that comes with them. And she does a little theme song to Batman. Na 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 Batman. So Diane, we got to make that happen and everything like that. But I love that. But Dr. New, how are you doing today on Wonderful Wednesday? Glad that you're here.
Busy Wednesday, but I am well. I'm grateful, thankful to be here with you, Chris, Greg. I see Monica, Jen, and of course, Diane. You have to hop on with us one day. But, the power when she just mentioned, it's really the power of being mindful that our thoughts, right? Our
Mhm.
thoughts, our words, and our action has an impact. And for those who don't think that they have an impact, you definitely do have an impact. And what Jen just mentioned, the stage is every day that you show up, every day that we're blessed to be able to be alive in this moment, you have an amazing to make an impact. So whether you choose to play small or big, know that even the thoughts of you generating in your head, you're sending out to the universe, that has impact. So that is where you have to really hone into your power to whatever that you want to have that ripple effect. It start within us. You want to have the world in a different you want it in a different positive loving whatever that you want to envision, start being that world, start being that way, so that way you can see your world will transform because it start within us. And you cannot expect the external world to change if we don't change. It start with us. We have to see loving kindness, and we have to have a compassionate, some empathy for others. That is how you can bring humanity together. Bringing humanity together is not seeing competition. Even if all 4 or 5 of us are doing the same thing, everyone will show up differently because we all walks a different life. We all look different, but we're all the core value of who we are. We bleed the same, right? We crave, we're gonna eat how many meals a day? Is it 3 or however many snack or munch on? But we all have the same. We come together for a reason. The universe brought us together for a reason. So you have to believe that there's so much higher power than yourself. And when you come from a place of servant and you coming from a place that you want to be here to make an impact, to serve, to lead, to empower, to inspire others, and you yourself are mindful of whatever that you put in your mouth, whatever the physical food, the physical thoughts, the physical digital, the person you interact to, is it positive or is it negative? All those will change your life if you start with being intentions on who
Yep.
you surround yourself with, your energy.
Absolutely, 110%. And Dr. New, we're so humbled and honored that you are our team leader in the pillar of health and wellness. And again, it's by no accident that you're here, Greg is here, Jenny is here, and Monica is here, and of course our great and growing team is a part of what we're building here at Bring Humanity. I truly believe it's not a coincidence in and of itself, because Keith is doing great things in adaptive. Um, Sven is doing great things in the pillar of human development. Monica is doing great things in the pillar of strengths and values. And of course, I have my hand in the community, and that's why, for some odd reason or another, I get people to get involved, and I love that. And when you really think about it, when we get connected to one another on a deep and meaningful human level, and Diane, I'm going to hold you up to that. We're going to have that Batman episode pretty soon, and I would love for you, Diane, to come share your story on Conversations for Humanity. We definitely need to make that happen, and put it on your digital napkin, Gregory. There will be a
Yes.
superhero episode of Conversation for Humanity. We'll make that happen. But I want to go back to you, though, Gregory, about when we have that great power and that great responsibility. How do we actually show up to that each and every single day? How do we do that?
Well, I would agree with what Dr. New was saying. We have intention, right? Purpose. But if we kind of remove the transactional nature of how we engage and serve other people, right? And just not have expectation about it, not only does it alleviate a lot of unpleasantries and awkwardness about how we interact with each other, but just the act of service itself is so enriching and rewarding in and of itself, right? As Chris, you always say. And then when something does happen and you get an act of kindness or an act of service back, right? It's all positive, right? And there's no negative or any other type of experience or thoughts or emotions behind it. And you can just enjoy it and receive it.
Wow, I love that, Greg. I love it. And when you really think about it, Greg, that great power and that great responsibility is so interconnected to who we really are we not?
Agreed. When we talk about superheroes, right? They always have some sort of greater purpose, and they want to do something to better the communities in which they live. Whether
So,
their
Monica,
specific power is slinging webs or, um, saving the planet from a world-ending event, they have something that makes them unique. They have a power that they can share, and we each have that within ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
absolutely, 100%. But I got to ask you that very same question, Monica. with the great power and responsibility that we have come to, I guess, be given to, how do we show up to that? Is it something that we really know, again, about who we are, not what we do? But because I've said that many times on our programs, that the better question to ask is not what we do, what we do, what we do. The better question to ask is who am I? And do you believe it comes from that very mindful place about knowing who we are when we have that great power and has that great responsibility attached to it?
I think so. Know thyself. I think it's very powerful here, because if we really know who we are, we don't seek power. We don't need to have power, because we know how powerful we are. And truly, power is what's really dividing the world, the society, the communities, peoples, and what's really intoxicating our brains, the need for power and control. So I think it's really, we need to, awake to our true nature and really use it wisely, because if we don't seek power, then we know how powerful we are.
Well said.
And with the AI, I feel like we really need to help the society and create the communities of people, like-minded people who are in the heart, because with the AI, it's a quite threatening technology to use in a society that's fully in the head and in the ego, because only then they serve themselves, not the not the world.
Absolutely. And you really think about it, Monica, I just love, again, you always are hitting a home run every time you're on our calls. Maybe the way that we actually can show up to that great power that has that great responsibility attached to it is maybe we'd just be willing to say, I'm willing to show up to it. There's no right way to do it. There's no wrong way to do it. There's just the way that works best for us, even in that now moment and everything like that. And think about it. We get so critical into ourselves for whatever rhyme or reason of saying, or I could have done this, or I could have done that. I should have done this. I should have. And then we get in that minutia of how do I even show up? And I truly believe what we have built here, Bring Humanity Together, has gone beyond that to such an extent that people know that they have their voice not only being heard, but they are being seen for who they really are. Not what we think them to be, not what we feel them to be, but actually who they really are. And here's why I truly believe the movement that we have here at Bring Humanity Together will go so far and wide, and it's going to create impact on a level we probably not have seen in human history. And like Sven, like you said on our human development call about 3 months back, that we could be the pioneers into something much more larger than us, and that we can have a hand in that and literally change the trajectory of where humanity is not only seen in the workplace, but beyond the workplace in our very communities. So I want to go to you, Jenny, on that note. Do you see that as well here at Bring Humanity Together?
Yeah, I absolutely do. And I think that that's a responsibility even that we have, is to know that what happens in business is also happening around our dinner tables. It's happening in our homes, and our homes are happening at the work, right? There's really no way to separate. The answer there is embracing and having that integrative response. And it's why, I chose the area of business that I did, was to ensure that women are empowered financially, that they're empowered through their mindfulness, that they're empowered with what their values and their goals are, not somebody else's, but their own, so that when they go out and build their company, their piece of humanity themselves. They're building it in a way that is easy to scale. They draw the right people to them. They are able to really have in accelerated impact and legacy that they're leaving, and it absolutely goes beyond us. What we're doing it. It's not that we could, it's happening. We are doing it. And so I think that that's always a really beautiful thing to point out, because if we believe that all we're doing is putting out the best of our intentions, then the best of those intentions, do they go out? Yes. Are they laser focused on what their target is? No. But if we can say this is what we are doing and it is happening right now, and we can say that and believe that, then that actually directs that into that laser focus to where it really is happening. And I think that there's it's scary, right? It can be scary. AI, the internet technology, it can be scary. It can be really scary when we walk around and we see people that believe in certain things and act certain ways that are terrifying. It's terrifying to see a certain flag being waved around in Texas, where I live, which happens on a daily. But at the same time, there's two things I wanted to say to that. One is, look at the empowerment of the people because of technology, because of AI being widespread, that mostly all over the world. There's there's places that it's not as good as it could be, but it's still there. You can still get on the internet. You can still have a platform. You can still use your voice. And and secondly, for me, I want to see that. If that's who you really are, I want to know that. I don't want to have to guess. I don't want to have to speculate. I want to be able to know that that's who you are. So there's, this radical side of acceptance for all of us to accept humanity exactly as we're showing up, because to me, that is a cry for help. It's a cry for love. It's a cry for empathy. And that does not mean that I have to physically go and interact with that person. That means that I leave my heart open. And that means that I send them that love, that care, that empathy, that compassion, just out into the world. And I let the universe direct where that's going to go. But to me, even though it looks scary, is it not kind of leading to a safer world? I don't have to guess who's my quote unquote, who I want to stay away from. Maybe I want to go, I don't have to just trust my intuition. I can see it with my own eyes in the world that we're living in. And I think that that's actually a beautiful, empowering thing.
I love that, Jenny. Thank you so much. And I want to go to Greg on that. What was your thoughts for what Jenny just shared?
When she was talking about being ourselves, right, and showing up, something she said reminded me of a conversation I had recently about Fred Rogers, right, and how he was accepting of people and appreciated them for just being themselves, how they are, right, but then also believed that they could also be the best version of themselves, right, and supported and encouraged that.
Mm-hmm.
And certainly I think that resonates with, bringing humanity together, the community that we're fostering and growing as well. With that, we ask, like, how do we show up for it? Just having the thought and asking that question is enough.
Yes.
Right? If you don't know how you can do it, show up anyways, right? If you don't know what your powers are or what your gifts that you can share, others will be able to see things in you that you may not even see yourself, right? There is a place for you, and there's a way that you can contribute.
And I completely agree with that, Greg, because when you really think about it, if you are just willing, again, just even to show up, maybe that's where it starts, does it not? And when we just say yes to that, and say yes when when hope and faith come knock on our door and we're willing to answer that call, we let that door open. And when we say yes to connection, that we want to connect and collaborate with a great many people who not only think like me, but also think differently like me. Again, we're not going to say the only people that I want to be around is only the people who believe in Tony Stark, and that's it. And I'm going to say only the Iron Man people can only be allowed in. I don't want that. And I kid you not, Greg, I even had this in my mind since we were talking about the superhero dynamic in our meet and greet call on Monday. It came to me like this, Greg. Iron Yoda.
Yes.
So the cross between the very wisdom of Yoda with Iron Man. I don't know how that costume would play out, but that kind of came to me. I was like, oh my God.
I'll leave the costume to me. I got it. I got you.
There you go.
Yeah. But you could even take it a step further. It is that kind of connective space that we can bring two different worlds and have them become one.
Yes.
If we just allow it to occur. It's already there. Because we share the same planet. We do share a lot of the same things that makes us who we are in and of itself. I mean, we all want to be loved. We all want to be appreciated. We all want to be seen. We all want to be heard. We all share those things. In the way that we can capitalize on that, and I want to go to you, Monica, on this note, is maybe we start it, Monica, from a place of love and start it from there. Do we not?
I think love is all we need, and we need to start with love first and foremost. And being in love means loving yourself, but loving others as well. So, I mean, bringing humanity together, but we need to help those people support others to awake to their true nature, because we're not in the same place, all of us, so we can't bring people together who doesn't want to be with others. They're very detached from themselves and they're very detached from others. So just support them in really finding this true essence of who they are.
Mm-hmm.
So only that way we can really help the world and help others to build the communities and to improve their families, relationships, and their life, in general.
Yeah, and I completely agree with that, because, like I said, and I have to go back to what Jurassic Park said with that great quote, and you can use the word love in there, is when Jeff Goldblum's character said, life will find a way, love can find a way. It's there and everything. So, Dr. New, I want to go to you too as well. Is there a way that we can actually bring humanity together, or is there multiple ways that we can do it?
So for me, I believe that to bring humanity together, it has to start within us. We have to have self-awareness, right? Is who we are, what are our values, and our purpose here on this life, this beautiful journey and then the planet Earth that we are living now. How do we show up better, the version of ourselves? And let's not compare, New with Monica or Monica with Jen. We don't compare, right? We have to be the best version of ourselves. And how do we stay in tune to our intuitions? Not only, for instance, when your health and well-being, mental health, physical health, if there's something that are not aligned or something are not right, and you go to a doctor and the doctor say there's nothing wrong with you, you need to just do whatever. Or if you're X, Y, and Z, or if they don't see anything wrong, no lab, no nothing come out, but something is not right, then follow your intuition, find another expertise, find another providers. The reason why I'm saying that is that everyone makes mistakes and everyone is human, and everyone, even a lab test can be, there's negative and positive, meaning the lab results can be false positive, false negative. The reason why is you have the power to be not only healed within yourself, but also if you are being proactive, then you know there's signals, there's things that are telling you there's pain, there's aches, there's something that's not right, that are not your normal. So always follow your intuition, jot them down, make a record of it. Always know what goes in your body and what, everything. You have to take power back to you. No physician, no doctor is no, I want to say, declaration, whether it's God, Buddha, whatever that you believe in, your higher power, higher being, is that you have the power to change your life, whether it's your health, whether it's your growth, whether it's your mental, physical well-being. But your mind have to be strong. You have to be willing to fight for your life. Not only that, and then also know that there are difference in everyone, right? And we have to be really meet people where they are. We can't just put our own bias and say you have to be this way, you have to be that way. No, no one want to be told what to do. But if
Yeah.
people are willing to learn, and people willing to say, I'm curious to learn, let's find out what other alternative ways that we can look at the problem, right? Same thing as our health. You can
Yep.
find different ways, not just a surgery, not just cutting an arm and leg, or if things that are necessary, there are might be other modalities. So just know that you have to find all the different modalities within your power and reach out and help and say, I need help. I'm not well. I'm feeling so and so. But don't be afraid to reach out and help. And you're not alone. Everyone is so important. Every life matters, right? And that is how we can bring humanity together, is that you're worthy of your own health. You're worthy of abundance, of being happy, joy, you know, to be free of suffering, no matter if it's a physical, mental, all of that. And you're worthy of it. So just know that you are important and that you matter at bringing humanity together, is that we're here and we're here to listen, and we're here, with open arms. So that is what I see, Chris.
Yeah,
Dr. Nu, that's very interesting. Sorry, Chris, if I can jump here for
Yeah,
a
go ahead.
second. Don't you see, Dr. Nu, that in your obviously profession in healthcare, that people who are more spiritual, I mean by spirituality being, really in tune with yourself and have this mind, body, and spirit, in perfect balance. So can't you see the trends that obviously those people has less health problems or issues?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That is why I'm a holistic approach of, it's a not just a physical body, mind, soul, and spiritual. We cannot forget about that. And that is where I fully believe that even if you don't believe in a higher divine, the laws of the universe is
Yes.
what you have to hone into. And that is where we all can be a part and kind of spread and amplify our voice, right? And amplify what we do, so that way we can reach more and more people to know that they can be healed, they can be happy, they can be, successful, they can be have abundance of joy and prosperity, and not have to put down on people, right? Not have to
Mhm.
step on people. You have to lead with love and empathy and compassionate for others. That is how the world can be better, because in true reality is that there are difference in us, meaning the color, the religion, the culture, whatever it is. But if you only see similarity, that is how you come closer together. So much alignment, right? You don't see the difference. So that is where it's not saying I don't see it. Yes, there is, but that doesn't mean you look into it.
Right.
Yes, you acknowledge the strength and weakness the same way. And how can we bring others that are weak up, and let's go. Let's go together, and the strength just bring them up. And that
Yep.
is how you empower others.
I wanted to
Exactly.
I wanted to add something also too, and this is just because it's really important, because I have Parkinson's, Crohn's, fibro, lupus, RA. I have tremors, seizures, migraines. I have all of these things. Okay. I practice mindfulness, spirituality, have done so my whole entire life. I have cut every single thing that there is to literally cut out of my diet. I eat ground baby food chicken, okay, and shakes. That's what I eat with water and protein powder, okay? The reason I'm saying that is this. I don't suffer one single minute. I have so much gratitude and joy for what it is that I have in my life. I show up every single day at times 3,000 of what I could, because I choose excellence, because I choose to be able to do that. But what I wanted to add, and the reason I say all of that, is this: just because you do what's best for you doesn't necessarily mean that the ailment or the dis-ease or the illness that you have is going to go away. That doesn't necessarily happen. What changes is you. What changes is how you accept it. What changes is how you look at it. And because I struggled for 20 years wondering what I was doing wrong, that the sickness, illness, and disease wasn't going away, although I was doing everything right. And in that time period, I wasn't showing up. No, I was in bed. I wasn't able to be myself at all. And there's so much that goes there. But so I want to say that, because as it stands right now, our human body is meant to degrade. It's meant to decay. It's meant to return back to the earth as it is right now. And so there's so much about being healthy and having wellness and all of those things. And I love that. But just know, if you're out there and you're doing all the things and you're making all of the movements and the motions, just keep going. You're not failing. There's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with your body. You're just mindful. You're conscious of what's happening to it. So keep going, keep doing what you're doing, keep trying to find solutions, keep making your life better. But please don't think that you're not doing something right simply because it's not going away. Right.
Yeah, and I
Beautiful. It's
like to
about
add,
acceptance.
yes, I like to add one thing, because when you mentioned about gratitude, is that it will take us shift your focus, because the same as
Yes.
you can focus on, yes, I have a hurting, and so you're gonna focus on just hurting and pain and you all the frustration, or you take a gratitude. I have an arm.
Yes.
Yes, I'm having pain, but I still can use them, versus
Yeah.
others might not see, others might not be able to hear. There's other people who are less fortunate than us. So when you take it that, your pain will be lessened. Then you move on to different. So
Yeah.
wherever your mind focus is where it grows. And
Yep.
so always be in a positive gratitude for all the blessings that you have. Even the
Absolutely.
simplest thing is having our breath right now. That is
Yep.
a blessing. So that is
Yep.
where we can lift others and know that you're not alone. So reach out to us, and you are enough. And so don't feel like you are short, you're not successful, you're not healing.
Right.
Maybe there's something that others can shine a light that you like, oh, I haven't seen it that perspective, or
Right.
I haven't done that. So yes, there are different ways to look at things. So don't give up, and don't ever give up on yourself.
Yep.
And you're the most important. And so that is, I think, bringing humanity together is your well-being, your total well-being is worth it.
And what a powerful share, Jenny. And again, another powerful share from you, Dr. New. I greatly appreciate that. But I will go to what Diane just shared here, and we're going to be closing out the call with Greg here in just a second. She said, showing up as the best version of ourselves is like hitting two birds with one stone. It's about honoring our journey and pushing ourselves to grow, learn, and evolve. It's like planting a garden for ourselves, nurturing it and watching it bloom. But this garden doesn't just beautify our space. And I have to go back. It spreads seeds far and wide. When we are at our best, we're not just lighting up our path, but also holding up the light for others. It's about setting a vibe that says, hey, let's elevate each other. And then she just said, our struggles are really are like a sandpaper. At first, they are rough, grating against in ways that we can feel pretty uncomfortable, even painful. But just like sandpaper smooths out the rough edges on a piece of wood, our challenges and struggles have a way of polishing us up too. And Diane, I can't wait for you to come share your story and Conversation for Humanity too as well. And like I said, we will have a super Batman episode of that in and of itself too. We'll make that happen too as well. But Greg, today is all about you today, sir. And we're, like I said, we're just so humble and honored that you're here to not only share your story, but what led you here to bring humanity together. And I'll let you have the final word and what will be probably your final thoughts and your call to action. And Jenny, I can't wait to catch up with you, ma'am. It's been far too long and everything. So let's definitely make that happen. But Greg, I'll let you close out the call today, sir.
I just kind of wanted to highlight what everyone has shared, right? So, life can happen to us and we can let it, or we can choose how we show up for it. We can choose how we participate in it and how it impacts us, right? And that's important, and that can be powerful in and of itself. Also, when we talk about ourselves as individuals and what we have, who we are, and what we can do, right? Talking about, kind of the superhero theme that we have been carrying on this week, right? Some of the best storylines in the comics are when the heroes team up and take on a challenge together. And that's really what the sense of community is, and the power of a movement, right? And a group that can accomplish anything.
Absolutely, 110%. And Monica, you have anything to add before we go?
I can add something to what you just said, Chris, what you put, the next currency of humanity. I truly feel that the next currency of humanity is love, because it's priceless. And once we're in love, we can buy everything, because we can have everything. We have a happiness, and that's what it really matters.
Yep. But what if love and value are interconnected? Think about that for a second.
Love is it's always value, because once you're in love, once you're in soul, you don't judge, you don't compare, you don't really see others lower than you. You see others as an extension of yourself, because you love yourself, you love the world, you love humanity, and you love, Gaia, Mother Earth. So that's, that's in another self. It's like bringing everyone together into oneness, togetherness, and love.
Absolutely, 110%. I truly believe in that. And again, I am just so humbled and honored to have each and every single one of you in my life, and to all the people who have watched us today, who are actually started at almost 18 people on the call at one particular time. So kudos to you, Greg, for bringing that many people in, and I'm so humbled and honored by that. Yeah. So people wanted to know who you are, so that's a good thing, man. I can't say no to that. But again, I'm so humbled and honored to have each and every single one of you in my life, and that I can be in yours. And I truly believe this movement that we have created is going to create impact. It's going to create an awesome opportunity to not only connect, but collaborate, and maybe even build out this community even more far and wide than it already is, but really create it in a way that we can have that place and space to show up as not only the best version of ourselves, but then again, like to Greg's point, to find the gifts that maybe we don't even see that we have, and recognizing that we do have them, and really uplift it and inspire each other in a way that really cultivates growth opportunities, thriving opportunities, and so much more when we just let life happen for us versus to us. Because again, we can choose that and everything like that. And I truly believe choice is the ultimate path to freedom. So again, Dr. New, Monica, Jenny, like I said, thank you so much for joining today. I greatly appreciate that. And of course, thank you, Diane, for being the best version of Batman that you are and everything like that, because I just love that. I wish we had the theme song right now. I would have played that right now at the end of the call. But like I said, I'm just so humbled and honored. And Greg, it's all about you today, man. You have just shared a great and powerful story today. And we're so
Thank
humbled
you.
and honored that you're here with us here at Bringing Humanity Together as the technical principal, and also with Adaptive. And Keith and I are just so humbled and honored. So, Greg, what will be your call to action for us all to not only bring humanity together, but truly bring that humanity into business and beyond?
The call to action that I would give to everyone is be curious, right? Make a connection. If you liked what you heard today or want to know more, reach out to any one of us. We would love to have you on board. And we believe in
Absolutely.
you, and we believe that you have a place.
Diane, really? Look at this, guys. Whole donut hole. Diane, I love it. I love it. Thank you so much. But again, you guys are just amazing. And like I said, I can't wait to collaborate and grow with each and every single one of you. So again, we're just so humbled and honored that you guys are here with us here at Bring Humanity Together. And again, if you wanted to get to know more about us, I will have everyone on our team listed in the comment section of on LinkedIn, because I don't know how we can do that on YouTube, but we'll figure that out later. But especially on LinkedIn, because that's our main platform, we'll definitely put every team leader there or team member and that kind of thing, and or even community member. So if you want to reach out to any one of us, we would love to have you on board. And like I said, I can't wait to start collaborating with you, Jenny, and everything. Same thing with you, Monica and Dr. New, because our pillars are going to be the very foundation that we're built upon in and of itself. So from all of us here at Bring Humanity Together and Adaptive Strategies Group, we're so humbled and honored to be with you guys here today. We will have our next call maybe on Friday for our community meet and greet LinkedIn audio call. I'll be posting that probably either later on tonight or first thing tomorrow morning. And you guys have a wonderful Wednesday. Make your day. And Greg, again, thank you so much for sharing your stories with us today. We greatly appreciate you.
Thank you for having me.
All right, guys.
Bye.
You guys have a great day. Make it your day.
Love you all.
Love you
Bye-bye.
all
Bye.
too.